I've always been looking for full-time roles, and I was part-time at Oldham Athletic. Then I had a season there, then I went to Stoke for a season. But again, I was looking to develop myself, I was looking to do a little bit more. And this job came up basically, so I applied. And fortunately enough for me, got the job. It's as simple as that, really. I had to do a presentation with some of the guys here, and and impressed enough that I managed to get the job. And over the years, 20 odd years, I've been ambassador for Kick It Out, as well as other organisations as well, which is fighting discrimination of all kinds. Anything that's positive, certainly my wife wants to hear about. My family want to hear about. That's what it's about. There are little in your life every day. There's a little win somewhere. There's bound to be. We've got to acknowledge that. I was in the youth team at Man City Football Club, and where I lived in Rochdale, I'd been out with my mates. Went to this Indian restaurant. It's a small Indian restaurant. Coming to the doors now, and it was a glass door, glass frontage. So I could see everybody inside before I went in there. Not a problem. There's a white guy in the corner, in the back corner of the room. So I've opened the door, and I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So as soon as I've opened the door and I put my foot in, this white guy in the corner was just calling me every name under the sun. He could call me, you're black this, you're black that, effing this, you're effing that. He threw a plastic water jug at me, and I was froze. It was like a machine gun of abuse. I was frozen, and I remember looking towards the guy at the counter was there. He didn't do a thing. So that's disappointing. But I went home and I was really upset about it, and that really impacted on me, I've got to say. And how I overcame that was, I suppose, by being successful and just sort of in my own little defiant mood. Because again, I was quite calm in that situation, and really upsetting, but I was defiant in thinking, well, you know what, that's fine, I'm going to show you. And so I've always been doing that. I've always been showing that type of person about me, and that I can develop, and I can adapt to any kind of situation, and I can progress and develop and move on. The mentoring scheme really is looking to address that imbalance in professional football, in the football industry, really. If you look at professional football, up and down the leagues, there's probably 20 to 25% of players are from diverse backgrounds. If you look in management positions, in football management, but in administration, in IT, in catering, all the different roles within the football industry, you wonder what the demographics of that is. And if you look at that, there's very few ethnic minorities in those roles. So the mentoring project is looking to address that imbalance and help people create a pathway into getting in the football industry through volunteering and making connections and making contacts with the professional football environment, so that best case scenario, they get a part-time or maybe full-time roles in professional football. But as I say, not just in coaching and management, but in catering, administration, in IT, hospitality, all these different roles that involve in football. I think, I always say that whatever happens outside football happens inside football as well. The same roles, but you're in professional football. So I think it's important for young people to understand that, you might not make a professional football player, but you can still work in the industry by diversifying a little bit, but you're still in the industry. So it's important for people to understand that. I've been coaching for a few years now, and since I've finished playing professional football, one football club has given me a full-time role, which was Man City initially, but on the community scheme, which has its merits, but I wanted to go further. And the only other club who give me a full-time role in professional football is Stoke City, where I am now. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to be full-time. I'll be coaching the under-14s and assisting with the under-15s and 16s team, which will be one team. But I want to instill into the football players the competitive element of the sport. Certainly helping players to be able to pass, move, receive, and be comfortable on the ball. Yeah, the ability to pass, move, and receive a ball is really important. And it might sound something really simple, but the way somebody does that gives me an idea, and it makes me look at that person a little bit more, and then I'll find out what their attitude's like. I'll find out their knowledge of the game. But initially, if it's you, I will look at you and think, right, can you receive a ball? Yeah, okay, decent. Then I'll look at your attitude. What happens when something goes wrong? What happens when you do something right? Do you keep doing it? When something goes wrong, do you keep doing that, or do you change, do you adapt? And I'll be looking at all these things. And it's funny, I was at Oldham a few years ago, and one of the players is a trialist. I used that same kind of idea, and I looked at him and I thought, yeah, pass and receive a ball really well. What's his attitude like? And he went round trying to get the ball off everybody. And so right away, I'm looking at him and I can't take my eyes off him, because that's the attitude you want to see. Now, of course, in a team structure, that's not what you want, but you could tell he wants to be there, he wants to do it. He's not bothered that he's in the... Because you got to look at some kids, they come into a professional environment and they kind of freeze. But he came into a professional environment and thought, yeah, I want this. And he kept chasing and going after the ball, and I thought, okay, that's a great foundation to work from, you know. And I think so things like that is what I want to see. And you want to see all round athleticism, of course, but that ability to pass, move, receive is invaluable.